Our next tactic is the complete opposite of a pin. It is called a skewer or X-ray attack. So how are they completely opposite? Well, in a pin, the less valuable piece is attacked, and if moved, would cause the more valuable piece to be captured. In a skewer, the more valuable piece is the one under attack, and if moved, would cause the less valuable piece to be captured. Now that we understand the difference between a pin and a skewer, let us look at some examples. Right here in front of us we have our first example, and white wins by moving his rook to d1. It attacks the queen, the more valuable piece, which is worth 9 points, and indirectly attacks the rook, which is worth 5 points. Since the queen is the more valuable piece, it moves out of the way, which allows white to win the rook and thus win the game. Let's take a look at some more examples. I see this example quite often in my own games. In fact, this tactic even appears in a chess movie, Searching for Bobby Fischer. I have seen that movie at least 3 times. It's a really good one. I highly recommend it. But for now, let's just focus on this tactic. I really want you to solve it since it appears so often. Also, we learn better when we solve the problem on our own. I know that you can do it, so pause the clock and solve it. Are you ready for the correct move? It is Queen c3, attacking the king and indirectly attacking the queen as well. The king must move, and once it does, white can capture the queen, thus winning the game. So far we have used a rook and queen to carry out an X-ray attack. Now we are ready to use a bishop. This tactic also occurs quite often, and I know that you can solve it. Let's take a look at the answer. The answer is bishop to g3, attacking the queen and the rook. The queen is way more valuable, so it moves out of the way, allowing white to win the rook. With your newfound X-ray tactical vision, you will be able to see through your opponent's plan and everything else too.